This is a work of fiction that I wrote sometime in 2017. I didn't upload it then because I thought it was a little bit cringe. But now, given the actions of one Donald J. Trump, I believe that is now no longer the case. The following information has been gleaned from numerous sources: Secret Service logs, phone records, speed cameras, Trump's MI5 phone tap, Twitter accounts, laundromat security cameras, Palm Beach speed cameras, and eyewitness testimony. Charges arising from this incident: aggravated assault, speeding, arson, passing counterfeit goods, disrupting airline traffic, vehicular arson, art forgery. Incident starts at 2:35 a.m. Tuesday, January the 20th, 2021. This is the moment that, via sources yet unknown to us, the suspect learns of his impending arrest. 2:38 a.m. Suspect hurriedly dresses in blue business suit with pre-knotted tie and leaves his Mar-a-Lago resort via a secret exit, attempting to start a fire in order to cover his tracks, the fire alarm alerting authorities that he indeed had left via a secret exit. Unable to enter the presidential limousine known as the stagecoach, he travels on foot to the car of a waiting private security officer. It is at this point that he throws his mobile phone over a fence, worried that he is being tracked. It is here where it is recovered by Secret Service personnel the following morning. The phone was unlocked, the Twitter account opened. The final tweet unsent, which reads as follows: "Rumors untrue. Lies are spread by Obama. Hashtag fake news. CNN haters and losers." Because he had discarded his phone, he remained uninformed of the emergency foreclosures on his properties in New York and his golf courses. Boarding the beige Pontiac, he avoids the direct route to the airport. Fearing roadblocks, the car speeds down back roads towards the rear of the Palm Beach International Airport. Afraid he will be recognised, the suspect, using a pair of nail scissors found in the glove compartment of the Pontiac, proceeds to trim his hair in an attempt to mimic male pattern baldness. The security guards pulls into a local laundromat and, parking across 3 handicapped spaces, checks whether it is occupied and calls the suspect in. A customer at the laundromat, a long-time supporter of the suspect, is eager to assist. The suspect then goes on a rambling story about how Obama is trying to have him arrested and he needs to go incognito. The customer is delighted to help and hands over a clean set of clothes, still warm and damp from the dryer. The suspect then puts on said articles of clothing, comprising ill-fitting torn jeans and a faded blue XXL sweatshirt. The suspect throws his clothes into the car belonging to the security guard and orders the guard to set his own car on fire. The clothing, while badly burned and melted, could easily be identified by the label: Trump Signature Collection, made in China, 100% polyester. He offers the customer of the laundromat his gold Rolex Oyster Perpetual to borrow his car, and he agrees. Upon having the Rolex evaluated at a pawnbroker the next day, it is revealed that it is an imitation Rolex, possibly purchased in Russia, with a street value of $15 American. The suspect drives off in a red 1987 Toyota Corolla hatchback towards a small gate at the rear of Palm Beach International Airport. He attempts to contact his wife, supposedly residing in Trump Tower in New York City, and it is at this time he is given the news that she has fled to her native Slovenia with his son and her Hispanic yoga instructor. It was at this point where he is heard to exclaim, expletive, 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 how dare that slut fuck my wife. Once arriving at the airport, he casually set the car ablaze and went through the back gate to his waiting private Boeing 757 known as Trump Force One. At this point, he sets fire to said hatchback. In an effort to remain incognito, he forced some initially loyal ground crew to attempt to peel the lettering that says Trump off his plane. This was only partially successful. When the Secret Service caught up with him, he ordered the pilot to keep the doors locked. Without any flight clearance, the pilot was unable to begin takeoff procedure, and the plane was low on fuel, the fuel bill not having been paid by the Trump Organization for several months, and therefore he was unable to fulfill the flight plan he had intended on, a one-way flight to Baku, Azerbaijan. After a standoff lasting several hours, during which he attempted to bribe the officers surrounding the plane with a genuine Renoir, the pilot was finally convinced to unlock the doors. The suspect was found hiding astride a gold-covered airline toilet inside his private quarters. In his pockets were $18 in small bills, a small package of cheap generic office tape, a partially charred hairspray bottle, and a small butane cigarette lighter. He was wearing a slightly damp, cheap Dolly Parton's Dixieland Stampede souvenir sweatshirt, torn, faded, elastic-waisted jeans, Depends brand adult diapers, size quadruple XL, and slightly unmatched, unbranded canvas shoes. He refused to make any statement beyond, "I hereby pardon myself," apparently oblivious to the events happening in Washington at the time, which rendered him pardoning anybody impossible. Inside the main cabin was $3.48 in unmarked currency, a small pile of empty McDonald's and KFC food packaging, and a counterfeit copy of Renoir's Les Deux Soeurs Cours Lettres, the original being in Chicago's Art Institute, while in the cargo hold was a small gold-coloured suitcase containing $8,211,338 in loose, unmarked bills, traced by forensic accountants to the amount missing from the Trump Organization payroll. He was taken straight by a waiting ambulance to a psychiatric hospital, and he was admitted at 5:53 a.m. and is currently undergoing observation.